Hello, welcome to your 45-minute workout. Today we are going to do a full body strength workout. It's going to be like a little bit of weighted cardio in there with it, but we are going to use a pair of 10 or whatever you feel like is a medium set of dumbbells for you. So it could be 8s, it could be 10s, it could be 12s, 15s, whatever you feel like is kind of medium. And I will give you some options to use, like one dumbbell for certain moves that are particularly challenging if that weight feels like too much, but that's a good kind of starting point. So let's get you nice and warm to start off. We'll do your jumping jacks, arms all the way up and all the way down. And if you want low impact, you can alternating step out to the side. Today's workout after we get warm is all low impact. 3, 2, 1. Side lunges, stay nice and wide, bend one knee at a time, hinge at the hips. See if you can tap that opposite foot. We've got lots of hamstrings today, a little bit of chest and shoulders, a little bit of triceps, lots of things. 3, 2, 1, kick toes, stand up tall, kick, tap the opposite foot. Like I said, we got lots of hamstrings today, so loosen them up, get that nice stretch, lifting the leg up to meet your hand. 3, 2, 1, death march. We're going to stagger one foot slightly in front of the other, hinge at the hips. See if you can tap that opposite foot, and I'm just switching feet every breath. If you want to make it harder, you can pop that front foot onto your heel, lifting the toe off that floor. In 3, 2, 1, skater steps, cross it back, touch the floor or your knee with the same hand as the back leg. Both knees are bending, finding a nice glute stretch. Getting low, 10 more seconds, then we'll do your squats. In 5, and 3, 2, 1, squats. Feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. Sit back on your heels, knees follow the line of the toes, chest stays nice and high. Drop that butt, sit into that squat. Couple more times. 3, 2, 1, butt kicks. Heels to your butt, nice little jog, low impact version, same thing here. Just stepping, and we want to loosen up the quads a little bit. In 5 seconds, we'll do alternating quad stretch. 3, 2, 1, grab your foot, bring it to your butt, 2 or 3 seconds, then switch. So we get a good stretch, a test of that balance, but we keep it moving. 10 more seconds. In 5 seconds, we'll work on the upper body, some side bends and twists. 3, 2, 1. Give me a side bend each way. And then a twist each way, rotating the upper body, stretching out the obliques, waking up the back, even the shoulders. Get a nice little stretch there. In 5 seconds, we'll go into your arm circles. 3, 2, 1, arm circles, big circles back, loosen up the shoulders. A good mix of upper and lower today, so get those arms ready. Couple more, and then open and hug, alternate which arm hugs on top, stretch out your chest and your back. 5 more seconds, then your inchworm push-ups. 3, 2, 1, touch your toes, walk forward to a plank, give you a push-up from your toes or your knees, and then walk back in, stand it up, do it all again. So we get like a nice hamstring stretch when we touch the toes. We walk forward to the plank, waking up the shoulders, the back, the abs. Your push-up, you get the chest and the back. And 3, 2, 1, downward dog, plank, T open. So push back to downward dog, pull through to your plank, T opens right and left. Keep going through that combo, 3 moves. Downward dog, plank, T opens right and left. From this one, go into downward dog, but this time we're going to take one knee forward. We're going to sit down or lay down into pigeon. So front knee bend, back leg straight if that feels comfy for you. And if it feels better, lean it all the way forward. From here, we're going to tuck that back toe to make some space. Back to downward dog, but then over to the other side. So draw the other knee forward, sit down or lay down, find that glute stretch, wake up the hips. And then one more time, we'll go back to downward dog, but this time, pull through to your plank, and we'll do deep lunge and a twisting reach towards that front leg. Then back to your plank and over to the other side. Big step forward, foot on the floor, make sure that heel gets there, outside the hand, and we want the shin straight up and down, knee stacked over the ankle. Big rotation. 3, 2, 1, cat to cow, hands and knees. We're gonna arch the back, look at the ceiling, and then we're gonna round the back, look at the legs. Take your time. We wanna loosen up any tension that we're holding in the low back. And in 10 seconds, we'll go into child's pose to cobra. We've got a lot of hinging movements today for our hamstrings, so I really want you to get that low back some time. Sit all the way back on your feet in child's pose, and then gently pull through to cobra, drop the hips, keep the shoulders down, look up at that ceiling. Such a good stretch for the low back and the abs. We'll go back and forth a couple more times. And if that feels like too much on your hands in cobra, you can do your forearms instead, a little less arch on that back. From this one, let's push all the way back to a crouch. 3 pulse hamstring stretch. Give me 3 pulses, straighten the legs, stay as close to the floor as you can, and then just come back down, do it again. If you want to make this harder, you could always hop onto your heels and lift the toes slightly off. Let's roll up in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, make sure you've got your dumbbells handy. For the first couple moves, we're actually going to use 1 dumbbell. So most intervals are going to be like 30 to 40 seconds in this circuit, and we're going to go through this 3 times. The first couple times are the exact same, and then the third time we go through it, we're going to do like duos, and we'll alternate like the low body move, upper body move. So first one, we're going to do a kettlebell swing, but we're going to hold both sides of the dumbbell just so that we can get ready for the move that comes after it. So we're going to be nice and wide. We're going to do a little hinge, little bend of the knees, send the hips back, and then we push the hips forward, squeeze the glutes to swing all the way up overhead. From that kettlebell swing, we're doing an overhead squat. So we're going to squat, keeping that dumbbell up, and then stand back to your swing. Overhead squat is a very challenging move. If you feel like your heels are coming off the floor, or you're kind of bending the arms down, you're losing some of that form, maybe your core isn't strong enough to keep that weight overhead, whatever the case, you can always go to front rack and do a front squat instead of an overhead squat, or you can just limit your range of motion. So one tip is to get wider in your normal squat stance. Here, you don't have a lot of space. It's going to take way more ankle flexion than if you're wider. And also, you can always just shorten it. So instead of like dropping into your regular squat, maybe you're just going to do a little dip, and you'll kind of play around with inching that form further and further. So kettlebell swing, overhead squat. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice and wide. Hinge and push. Overhead squat. Now take your time on that overhead squat. The swing is quick. The squat is slow. I'm going to go from the side so you can see a little better. Hinge and push, overhead squat. Hinge and push, overhead squat. Halfway there, 20 down, 20 to go. On that swing, lots of that power is coming from the low body. Using the hips, using the glutes. As you're overhead, try to keep those arms pretty straight. Keep that dumbbell up nice and high. Keep that core strong. 3, 2, 1, rest. Still 1 dumbbell. This time we're going to put it behind your head in a back rack position like this. Feet are like shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. We're going to do a good morning. So we're going to hinge, send the butt back, gentle bend in the knees, load the hamstrings, and then we squeeze the glutes to stand back up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hinge. Just find that stretch, and then squeeze to come back up. Sending the butt back, the hips back, that will naturally drop you down. Keeping a nice flat back, head in line with the spine, gentle bend in the knees, feeling those hamstrings. Halfway there, 20 down, 20 to go. Only go down as far as you can with good form. So it's good to start smaller, and then you can kind of gradually see if you can inch a little bit further into it. Almost done. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Now we're going to grab the second dumbbell. We're going to do sumo Romanian deadlifts. So Romanian deadlifts are just like, they're also called stiff leg deadlifts. They're a straighter leg than a traditional deadlift. And we're going to be nice and wide. So we only have a gentle bend in the knees. And we're going to hinge at the hips, down and up. Ready, set, let's go. Nice wide stance. Gentle bend in the knees. Down and up, sending the hips and the butt back, coming down with a flat back, head in line with the spine. And again, feeling those hamstrings, but also feeling your glutes like crazy. More than halfway through it. I'm gonna go from the side so you can see a little better. Big stretch, squeeze the glutes together to help you stand back up. No tension in that low back, giving all that work to the legs. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do a marching sumo deadlift. So we're either gonna hold both dumbbells over our shoulders or one in front rack. We're gonna find a nice wide squat and we're gonna stay low, lifting 1 foot off at a time. Really good for the hips. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Get wide, get low. Now 1, and then the next. Driving that leg up. Good for the glutes, the hips, the quads. And this one's quick, it's only 30 seconds, you're more than halfway through it. Nice little march, much harder than it looks. 7 seconds. If it's too much, do it body weight or with one dumbbell. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do curtsy lunges, just like your skater steps in the warm-up. We're gonna hold both dumbbells. We're gonna frame the front leg. We cross it back, pulses 3 times. Then we go over to the other side. You're gonna feel those glutes. Take a breath. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Cross it back, pulse. 2, 3, then switch. Pulse. 2, 3, then switch. Getting nice and low. Both knees are bending, driving through that front heel. Hips are forward, so don't rotate with that back leg. Let it cross back. That'll give the work to the outer glutes. More than halfway, 15 seconds left. Nice burn. 10 seconds, you got it. Almost there. In 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do alternating death march. So again, you can hold both dumbbells and frame the front foot, or one and put it right across the front foot. But just like in your warm-up, you're either gonna stagger, hinge, and stand, or pop up on the heel if you wanna make it harder. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Stagger, hinge, and stand. So legs are relatively straight. They've just got a gentle bend in them. So we're not locked out. 1 foot's in front. We hinge and stand. Then we switch. We want to make it harder. Hop up onto that heel. Bigger stretch. And if we want to make it easier, we're going to drop to one dumbbell and put it over top of that foot. And again, you're only getting as low as you can with good form. 10 more seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. We're gonna go into an upper body section. Now this first move is pretty challenging, maybe your most challenging out of all the upper body stuff. So you can always use one dumbbell. If you're using 2, you're gonna glue them together. You're doing a forward press, out, in, and then a halo around your head. Then reverse it, do a halo the other way. If you're using 1, you hold both sides. I'll show you both. Ready, set, let's do it. Glue it together. Out, in, halo. A nice way to mess up your hair. Out, in, and then reverse the halo. Keep going if that feels good. If it feels too heavy, give me one dumbbell. Hold both sides. Out, in, halo. Out, in, halo. Halfway there, 20 down, 20 to go. Now here's what I want you to think about. Don't let that body move. When you press forward, stay tall, stay sturdy. No leaning, no arching, nothing happening except that arm moving. Almost there. 5 seconds. Chest, shoulders, triceps. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 20 seconds. Next up, we're gonna do a little combo, okay? We're gonna do a bent over row into a tricep kickback. So nice little bend, pull it in, kick it back, bring it back to the top of that kickback, drop it down to do another row. Here we go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bent over row, tricep kickback, back to the armpits, down to repeat. Pull it in, kick it back, armpits, and down. Now when you pull it in, I want you to try to get those dumbbells up beside your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together, feeling that upper back like crazy. Halfway there, feeling the back, and then the triceps, all muscle, no momentum, all strength, no swing, especially on those kickbacks. It's too easy to use momentum. Squeeze those triceps to get that lift, slow the move down. 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do alternating high pull. So palms are gonna face back towards your body. You're gonna lift up one wrist and elbow, shoulder stays down, and then we drop it and we switch to the other side. Don't flip it, don't get too high, just up underneath the chin. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 1, and then the other. Now, if your weights feel light, if you're feeling fresh, you could speed it up, 1, then the other, turn it into a little bit of a weighted cardio move. If you're feeling tired, if those shoulders are done, slow it down, 1, then the other. If you're struggling, get wide, get low, brace the core. Wrist and elbow lift, shoulder stays down, dumbbell stays really close to the body. Almost done. 10 seconds. Feel those shoulders working. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, alternating hammer curls. So again, we're doing one arm, then the next. Palms face in, dumbbells are at your sides. You're just gonna curl it up over the shoulder and then squeeze the tricep at the bottom. Then we do the same thing on the other side. Like a bicep curl, but with the palms facing in. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Hammer curl, then the other side. Now, if you're feeling good, you can again speed it up nice and quick as long as that body is staying still, or you could also do both arms together so you're gonna squeeze in more reps. If this feels like enough, stay right here, alternating, and if it feels like too much, slow it down, take your time, or get wide, get low, brace the core. Almost done. You've got 15 seconds left, feeling the biceps on the way up, and then the triceps on the way down. 10 seconds. Whew, getting sweaty, feeling those muscles. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do bent over rows just on one side. So I'm gonna stagger my stance. If I have some back issues, a good idea is to brace yourself against a wall or a chair. The working arm is the same arm as the back leg, big pull. 5 seconds, 30 on the right, 30 on the left. 3, 2, 1, big pull. When we use one arm, we can focus a little more on that form. We can get a little bit higher. We make sure we have nice, even strength. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Now just 10. In 8 seconds, right into the other side. Give me a big pull, elbow stays tight. 3, 2, 1, switch it right into the other side. Stagger the other stance. If you're holding onto the wall or a chair, you're holding on with the same hand as the front leg, and you're pulling with the same arm as the back leg. Getting that same height that you did on that first side. Finding that mind-muscle connection, using that back. Almost there. 10 seconds, big pulls. In 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do a half bicep curl like this, just up to 90 degrees. And then we're gonna pull it back into a W open. Then we're gonna take it back to half curl and down. So when we pull it back, we're getting that squeeze in between the shoulder blades. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Half curl, open it up, back to your half curl and down. Biceps, shoulders and back. Whew. Feels heavy now, so this is our last move. Round 1 is done in 25 seconds. Half curl, open it up. As you open into that W open, elbows stay nice and close to the body, okay? 15 seconds, we're close. In 10, keep it going. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, rest. Shake it out. We only have a quick rest, just 20 seconds. We're gonna do the exact same thing again, the exact same way you just did it. So we are back to our 1 dumbbell kettlebell swing into your overhead squat. In 5, not much rest. We're moving in 3, 2, 1, nice and wide. Hinge and push right into your overhead squat. Right back to that swing, right back to that squat. And remember, the swing is quick. The squat is slow, nice and controlled, focusing on how low you can go with good form. Heels stay glued, knees follow the line of the toes, shoulders stay down away from the ears, arms stay straight. If you need to modify it, shorten the range of motion, 10 seconds, or go to front rack. So here, instead of the overhead squat. 3, 2, 1, rest. One dumbbell again, this time it's going in back rack, back here. You're doing good mornings, hinging and standing. So feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, gentle bend in the knees. In 5, 3, 2, 1, hinge and stand. Send the butt back, load those hamstrings, squeeze the glutes to come back up. Hinging. Head is in line with the spine. Give all that work to the hamstrings and a little bit to the glutes. Halfway there, 20 seconds down, 20 to go. Should feel and look way different than a squat. For one thing, we're looking at the floor instead of forward. Almost there, 5 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds, we're moving on to both dumbbells. We've got our sumo Romanian deadlifts or stiff leg deadlifts. So nice and wide, toes just like in your natural turnout. Don't force it, it's not a plie squat, but we're gonna send the hips back, gentle bend in the knees. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hinge at the hips just like you did in the good mornings. Sending the butt back towards the wall behind you. Getting as low as you can with good form, feeling those hamstrings, but also feeling the glutes. 20 seconds down, 20 to go. Those feet should be nice and wide, so you can almost like set the dumbbells in between those feet. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're doing our marching sumo squat. I'll show you a few variations for ways you can make it easier or harder, but if you can, you're gonna hold both dumbbells over top of your shoulders, get in that squat, lift one foot, then the next. 5 seconds, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, over the shoulders, nice and wide. 1, then the next. Keep going if that feels good. If it feels like a little bit too much, get rid of 1, hold 1. If it still feels like too much, get rid of that. Just stay low. And if that still feels like too much, just hold that squat. Don't worry about the march. 10 seconds. Whatever you're doing, here, here, or here. In 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds, alternating curtsy lunges. If you can use both, you're gonna use both. Again, you could always use one, you could always go body weight. 3 pulses, then we'll switch. 10 seconds. I'm getting so sweaty. I hope you guys are too. Here we go. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Cross the back, pulse. 2, 3, then switch. Pulse. 2, 3, then switch. Driving through that front heel. Knees following the line of the toe. We're getting low. Both knees are bending. Pushing the butt out to the side of the room. Feeling those outer glutes like crazy. Again, you could always drop a dumbbell. Hold one dumbbell across your chest, or you could always go body weight. This is your workout, your body, your rules. So you do what works for you today. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, alternating death march. We stagger 1 foot slightly in front of the other. Hinge and stand. If you want to make it harder, up on the toes. If you want to make it easier, 1 dumbbell. 10 seconds. Similar form to the other hamstring moves we did earlier. 3, 2, 1, stagger, hinge, gentle bend in the knees, sending the butt back, keeping the weight pretty even. So it's different than a kickstand deadlift. or a single leg deadlift. Keeping the weight on both. If you want to make it harder, get that toe off. You can feel that stretch is so much more intense like that. If you want to make it easier, get rid of one, hold one. And you can always stay up higher if you're feeling like that back is rounding. Stop at the knee, stop at the shin. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, upper body. First move, if you feel good with the 2 dumbbells, you've got your forward press with them glued together into your halo, or you can use both sides of one. 10 seconds, and just make sure we're alternating which direction the halo starts, because whatever arm you start with, that opposite one gets a bigger stretch. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Press it, and then circle it. And on that circle, get low. So see way back here, so that we have that big bend, that big stretch. And now from the side, just make sure that this isn't happening. No arch, not pushing the belly or the ribs forward and arching that back. Stay tall, stay strong. 15 seconds. If you're using 2, keep going. You're a monster. It feels like enough with 1 for me. 8 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds. We've got our bent over row into our tricep kickback next. So palms face in, we row it, we kick it back, we come back to the armpits and down so that we can do it all again. You still have 8 seconds. So just breathe. And 5. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Row, kick back, armpits, down. We have a bend in the knees. We're hinged in the hips. We're looking at the floor, flat back, head in line with the spine. We've got the back for the row. We've got the triceps on that kickback. And we are halfway there. 20 down, 20 to go. You're doing great. We're very close to being done with this round. Keep it going for the last 10 seconds. See if you can get through that combo a couple more times. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds. Next up, alternating high pull. So remember, the palms are back facing you. Wrist and elbow are high. Shoulder stays low. And we just keep switching. 8 seconds. Now this is great because you choose the pace. You can go faster if you need a little extra, slower if you need to cool it down. Let's go. 1, then the next. If you're struggling, get wide, bend those knees, brace that core, slow it down. If you're feeling fresh, speed it up, or do both arms at once. But we're here for 40 seconds, so we're gonna get a good burn in those shoulders. Getting that height, lifting just above your chest, just below your chin. 15 seconds left. Now just 10 seconds, getting closer and closer every single rep. And 5, at least 2 more. 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds, alternating hammer curls, palms face in, curl it to the shoulder, bring it back down, switch sides. Same thing, faster, slower. If you want to make it way harder, do both arms together. But we might be able to go quicker if you want to make it harder. It depends. If you want like more strength or more cardio. 3, 2, 1, 1, then the next. Palms are facing in. We can feel the bicep as we come up, and then squeeze that tricep at the bottom. Now, if you want a little extra, you're feeling good, you can speed it up and turn this into more of like a cardio move with the strength. Or if you want just more strength, more reps, do both arms together. Almost there, 12 seconds. Whew. Keep that body still. You got this, I'm right here with you. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we've got bent over rows. We're gonna do 30 seconds on one side, 30 on the other. If you like to use that front arm against a wall or a chair to support that back, go for it. You've got 10 seconds and a nice big pull. Here we go. In 5, 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Big pull. I'm gonna start on my left this side, just switching things up, getting crazy over here. Getting that height. Seeing if you can bring that dumbbell up beside the chest breathing like a little bit higher, elbows staying nice and close to the body, feeling that upper back. Now we only have 10 more seconds on this side. Then we're gonna go right into the other side. No rest in between arms. 5, 3, 2, 1. Switch it right into the other side. Same thing here. Use that wall if you need that support or that chair. I like to just put my hand on my front knee. That feels comfy for me. Whatever feels good for you. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Last 10, let's see you move, let's see you hustle. 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds, half curl into our W opens. We're just coming up to 90. We're pulling it back, getting that back and the shoulders in it, bringing it back and dropping it back down. 10 seconds, 2 deep breaths. Wipe that sweat. Whew, so much sweat is happening here. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Half curl, open it up, bring it back and down. As you pull it back, try to squeeze those shoulder blades together, feeling that upper back. So we get biceps, back, and of course we have a little bit of shoulders just from like holding it there. 20 seconds down, 20 to go. You get a nice big rest in 15 seconds. 10 seconds, at least 2 more. 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, rest. 45 seconds, so wipe your sweat, grab a sip of water. Here's what we're gonna do next. We are gonna do this whole thing one last time. I kind of warned you about this at the beginning. We are not resting. We are doing lower body move, upper body move. So essentially the idea is that your low body will get some rest while we do an upper body move, and then the other way around. But I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be tough. So just do what you can. If you need to drop it to 1 dumbbell, body weight, if you need rest, take it. But I think you guys are gonna be totally fine to push through. We're back to your kettlebell swing into your overhead squat in 10 seconds. We ready for this? Here we go. Last set, best set. 3, 2, 1. Nice and wide. Hinge and push right into that controlled overhead squat. Yes. Now, this is the last time you have to do this move, so you gotta make it count. Give me everything you've got, every single rep. Fight for that depth on that squat. 20 seconds down, 20 to go. Next up, we're going into our forward press with our halo. So if you're using 2 dumbbells, bless you, but you're gonna grab that second dumbbell to work. 10 seconds. If you're using 1, you're ready to go right into it. 5 seconds, give me another. 3, 2, 1. Forward press into your halo. Whew. Now this one was a tricky one because that first move, technically low body, because we had squats and kettlebell swings. Most of the power comes from the low body, but we did get a lot of shoulders in there too. So I'm tired too. 20 seconds down, 20 to go. Next up, good mornings. So if you have 1 dumbbell, you're set to go. We'll put it in that back rack position. If you're using 2 dumbbells, set 1 down in 10. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back rack. Hinge and stand. Gentle bend in the knees, butt going back. 30 seconds. Then we're gonna grab the second dumbbell because, excuse me, we have bent over row into your tricep kickback coming up in 20 seconds. Now just 15 seconds. Load those hamstrings. We're ready to get that upper body some work in 10, in 5, in 3, 2, 1. Grab that second dumbbell, bent over row, into your kickback, back to your armpits, and down to go again. Row, kick back to your row. Less than 6 minutes in your workout. Stretching time is just around the corner. Dig deep here at the end. 20 seconds down, 20 to go. Next up, we have sumo Romanian deadlifts. So we're gonna get really wide. We're gonna keep the legs pretty straight, just a gentle bend in the knees in 10. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Romanian deadlifts in our sumo stance. Hinge and stand. Oh my goodness, I can feel that low body already. I can tell this is going to be a sore one, but that's good. We like to feel it, right? Gives us a little indication that we put in some work. Of course, being sore is not your only indication, and the more working out you do, the harder it'll be to get sore. So a good indication is how your body is feeling, how you feel like you're looking in your clothes, if you feel like your strength and your stamina are improving. But it's nice to be sore every once in a while. And 3, 2, 1. Alternating high pull, wrist and elbow back, or wrist and elbow high. Wrist is back, shoulder low. Find your pace, set your tempo. How are we doing? We've got 25 more seconds here. Then we're gonna go in to those marching sumo squats, holding the bottom. Now you have options there. You can do both dumbbells over the shoulders. You can do one dumbbell across your chest, like a front rack position, or you can do no dumbbell at all. You can also take away the march and just hold a squat. It's up to you. 8 seconds, then whatever version you're gonna do. Let's see it in 5, and 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get into that nice wide squat. March it. So lift one foot. Get that knee up nice and high. You got this. So good for healthy hips. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Next up is alternating hammer curls. 10 seconds. Couple more each leg. In 5, in 3, 2, 1. Hammer curls. Palms face in, up over the shoulders. Squeeze the triceps at the bottom. As fast or as slow as you want to go. We're getting there. You've got a little over 3 minutes left in your whole workout. 20 seconds down, 20 to go here. Next up, we're going into alternating curtsy lunges with 3 pulses at the bottom. 15 more seconds at these hammer curls. Find that burn. 10 seconds. I found it like 30 seconds ago. 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Cross it back. Pulse. 2, 3. Then switch. Pulse. 2, 3. Keep going. 30 seconds here. Then we're going to get rid of one dumbbell because we have our bent over rows. We're going to do 30 seconds on one side into 30 seconds on the other side. So if you'd like to use something for support for that front arm, go for it in 15 seconds. Get nice and low for those pulses. Work those legs. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Leave one. Bent over rows. One arm. Big pull. Every single rep is getting you closer to being done. I know this is a long time to hold on to some dumbbells for. 15 seconds, then this hand gets a little break while the other hand works. In 10, in 8, in 5, in 3, 2, 1. Switch it. Same thing on the other side. We only have a couple moves left. In 24 seconds, we're going to grab the second dumbbell if you're using it, and we're doing our alternating death march. Now you can make it easier by using one dumbbell. You can make it harder by using 2 and popping up on the heel. 8 more seconds here. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Grab that second dumbbell. Stagger, hinge, and stand it up. Nice, gentle bend in the knees. If you're making it harder, take that toe off. Ooh, how about that stretch? If you're making it easier, stick with one dumbbell. And remember, you can always shorten that range of motion. You don't have to go to the foot. 20 seconds down, 20 to go. Our last move is that half curl, W open. It's coming in 12 seconds. We're at the finish line. Finish strong. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Half curl, W open. Let's find that last move energy. Half curl, W open. There it is. If you're struggling, get wide, get low, brace that core. All you have to do is get through 25 more seconds. Now just 20 more seconds. Biceps, back and shoulders, 15 seconds. See if we can squeeze in at least 3 more. I think you can do 4 more. 8 seconds. I'm dripping, you guys. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Rest. Wow. Awesome, awesome job. Let's stretch. Let's start with our tricep. So grab that elbow, bring it behind your head, nice gentle pull until you can feel that tricep start to loosen up. All those kickbacks, all those halos, stretch it out. We'll stay there for 8 more seconds, then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. In 5, 3, 2, 1, switch it. Same thing, nice gentle pull. Whew, I can tell that body is gonna feel it tomorrow. If you have some energy, I'm gonna stick around here. I'm gonna film your 15-minute workout. So if you have some extra time after this 45-minute workout, you're still feeling good, join me for that one or do it another time. Shoulder, grab that arm, give it a nice big hug, pull it in, shoulder stays down away from the ear. 10 seconds, and if my memory is serving me, in the 15-minute workout today, it's like a lot of weighted cardio, a lot of upper body. Switch sides. Last week, we did the whole low body 15-minute workout with the band. So this week, I wanted to use dumbbells, wanted to do some upper body and some cardio, especially because we didn't do any traditional cardio in this one. So we'll get it in the 15-minute one. In 3, 2, 1. Put those feet together, grab the hands behind the back, get some height and hang over. Chest, shoulders, back, hamstrings all at once. If those hands are sweaty and they're slinking apart, that's okay. Hang out and stretch at those hamstrings and we'll join you in 5, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, stay there. Find a hamstring stretch. You can always grab the backs of your heels or legs and pull yourself in, or you can just hang out, hands on the floor, hands on your legs, wherever you are. From here, let's gently peel one toe off. So even if that means you have to come up higher on the leg, as long as you can feel that leg being isolated, really feeling a stretch in the hamstring, but also in the calf, that's perfect. We'll stay there for 3, 2, 1. Drop that toe, pick the other toe up. Keep yourself as close to that leg as you can with that toe lifted. Stretch it out. We're going to stay there for 5 more seconds. Then we're going to do a deep lunge. I'll go from the side so you can see me better. In 3, 2, 1. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Focus on dropping the hip and reaching through that back heel so that back leg is nice and long. From here, we're going to straighten this front knee. So if you have to come up higher or you can't straighten all the way, that's okay. If you can straighten and pop up on the heel and pull yourself in, that's where you are. Stay there for 3, 2, 1. Rebend that knee and then take that leg back and switch to the other side. So starting just with the deep lunge, front knee bent, back leg straight, drop the hips, reach through that back heel. And then from here, straighten that front knee, pop up on the heel if you can do that, pull yourself in if you can do that, or just stay wherever you can feel that hamstring stretch. That's perfect. We're gonna stay there for 3, 2, 1. Rebend that knee, and then we're gonna bend all the way down into pigeon, just like we did in the warm-up. Front knee bend, back leg straight. And again, you can sit up or lay down. I like to sit up, use my body weight to push my hips down. Whatever feels good for you, as long as you can feel a nice stretch in that glute, that hip. We did so many curtsy lunges with pulses, sumo squats, all the things. And then let's switch. So just tuck that toe under so you have some space. And go right into the other side. Sit down, lay down, sink into that stretch wherever you are. Stay there for 2 more deep breaths. Try to get a little deeper into it. In 5 seconds, we're gonna tuck the toes under and go into downward dog. 3, 2, 1. Tuck that back toe under, we have some space. Reach through those heels. Oh, I love downward dog, feels so good. In the back of the legs. And then gently walk your hands and your feet together. Find that hamstring stretch. Gentle bend in the knees and roll yourself up. We are done. Thank you for crushing it today. I will see you in the 15-minute workout. It'll probably be like a little over 15 minutes because the actual workout is 15, so my explanations will maybe make it 17. So don't quote me on the 15, but I will see you in the next one.